Liquor Talk, another brand new podcast, another podcast where we don't just sip liquor, we stir the culture, where we have the conversations that hit harder than whatever you drinking. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Welcome on to another edition of the Liquor Talk podcast. You can tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or you can watch this visual on YouTube and check out the clips on TikTok, wherever you get your podcasts at. But join me today. She's the first person from this year's Afros and Audios to join me on Liquor Talk after the new season. So joining me today, she is hailing from DC. She's the host of the Fabulous Fuckery podcast. It's Miss Bree. How you doing today, Bree?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm feeling good. I want to thank you for joining me. You're the first person from Afros and Audios this year to join me, because it happens every year. I go to Afros and Audios, I have a handful of people join me on the podcast later in the year. So you had to be the first one. So I definitely appreciate you.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So I know you were telling me you were brief on a podcast break. So tell us about the podcast you've taken a break from.
So the podcast that I host is called Fabulous Fuckery. And I talk to people about what their fuck it moment was when they decided to quit their job, leave their husband, and, whatever it is, that thing, that catalyst that made them happy and want to do what's next for themselves. So it's been fun. I started recording in 2018.
Wow. I started recording in 2018 as well. That's when I started recording Liquor Talk, and I'm like, wow. So I guess we're two people that did not start their podcast because of the damn pandemic.
No, I started before the pandemic. It was definitely a tool to learn public speaking and practice my speaking skills in general. It was an exercise to figure out if I could do it, and I did.
Hey, you passed the test with flying colors to me.
It's been real. It's been fun.
Yes, it is definitely fun. I feel the same way about podcasts, and it definitely challenges you to speak more and then to connect with people in different places, because there's people in Florida, but it's just way more people outside of Florida and outside of DC and stuff. So I totally feel you on that, So what was one of your fucking moments?
Ooh, I've had so many. The last solar eclipse, the big one in 2024. I heard the Lord clearly tell me to leave my job. I know it sounds like a crazy person, but I got a very clear conversation that this was the last year I was to remain at my last job. So I quit, and that was my fuck it moment. It was good stuff. Yeah, it was just heavy.
Yes, that's wonderful to be able to quit a job and to never look back. That is wonderful. That's the goal we aspire to be.
We are pivoting to what's next, but remaining at the previous employer just it couldn't continue. It was time to go. And when you get a message and the sun is dark, it's time to go. So yeah,
a dark sun means a mess.
Yeah, it was the whole solar eclipse. It was dark. It was weird. I was like, you know what? This is a good day to put in my resignation letter. Okay, let's do it. So yeah, that was my 2024 fucking moment.
That's amazing. So with these fucking moments, how do you know it's the right time to do something? Or because some people they live by the fucking moments, but a lot of those people they get burned and it backfires.
So a lot of people who've been on the podcast, they've had opportunities where it actually did backfire. So it's some of those fun stories of realizing I wanted to work for myself, but it wasn't the job that was the problem, it was me. Or things of that nature, maybe my husband wasn't the problem, maybe it was me. Those sort of things. People always share those stories with me. For me, it's a lot of prayer and meditation. I have to really feel like this is the go time. I do a lot of things, a lot of gut checks, a lot of analyzing what's going on before I move forward. So I don't just leave. I'm not a fuck around and find out kind of person. I'm a let me really think about what this looks like and how to scale it type person.
I think a lot of us are like that, and I think some people they do that and they still make the wrong decision. Why? I don't know.
we can't help what happens. Like, we can have the best of intentions, but the world being what it is, we don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. So the best decision that you made 6 months ago may not apply to the world we live in right at this moment. But if you feel like it's the best decision for you, you got to do it.
Mm. So getting back to your podcast, what inspired you to keep it going for so long? Because 2018 is a very long time to keep a podcast going, and I'm pretty sure you've experienced this as well of having people come on your platform, but then today or maybe 3 months ago, you go to their page and they're not even recording. So what made you keep the podcast going for so long?
So wait, when you say that, I was doing a cleanup of like sending emails to people saying thank you for appearing on the podcast. This episode, this is how many, you won an award from this platform. I got a whole bunch of emails saying that we ranked high for old episodes. Their website, their emails don't even work anymore. Their websites
Wow.
are gone. And I'm like, okay, was I a bad judge of character? But so many of us changed since COVID. We're not who we were in COVID. And the
Mm.
businesses we build in COVID, before COVID, may not serve you anymore. So there's no judgment from me from that. I still got content. Still trying to track them down so I can use their clips if I can, wherever I am able. But um for me, it was just people relate to the content as far as why I still am there. And if it's my job to serve people, I have to serve them where they are. And if they want to listen to my podcast or they want to read my newsletter, I'm honored. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm getting older now, so I'm not as ratchet as I was when I first started. But it's definitely a good time, and the wisdom, wisdom is wisdom no matter where it comes from and no matter how it sounds. So I'm really excited that people still resonate with that message this many years later.
That's right. I think all of us done calmed down, like on the ratchetest scale, because I look back at some old episodes of Look Talk. I'm like, God damn, I was one wild man. But don't get twisted.
You
I can go
are.
there. I can go there if it pushed, But if I'm pushed to that point, I can go there. But hey, now it's just chill, have conversations, and have real heartfelt conversations.
And that's all we can do. That's all we can really do.
That's definitely all we can do. So, are you gonna look to get the podcast back started in 2026?
So 2026, I'm in brainstorming a rebranding. So maybe a little bit hybrid video, hybrid podcast, hybrid classes and in-person activities. So there'll be content, it'll just be in different forms.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds amazing. So, talk to us about a little bit about your classes that you teach, because I got a little taste of Afros and Audios, and definitely learned a lot from it. And we definitely got to stress those breaks from content creation and pumping out content, and not to be a robot. So, I definitely felt that.
Thank you. Thank you for attending. So, for those of you who weren't at Afro and Audio, I taught a session called Mindful Momentum, which is tied into my new book, Aligned But Not Automated, where a lot of us are hustling hard. So, a lot of the classes that I teach are about how to hustle smarter and how to build your audience and build your brand without a lot of stress, because a lot of us are out here and we're making all this content and showing up all these places and we don't have anybody making any sales or purchases. We're doing all these things, and after a certain amount of time, your job is become it's classified as a hobby because you haven't made any income. So for me, I just want to help other people that were where I was 5 years ago, where I was overdoing it, making all this content, taking my camera. I had a little tripod through the house, just recording myself cooking. Wow. Some of the things, like if I were I'm not a lifestyle content creator. No one cares what I'm doing, but we feel like we have to let the internet into our home so hardcore. And it has been really helpful to teach people that we can still be successful and have limits. Um, we can set up boundaries. We don't have to let people know everything about what's going on in the house. Y'all don't need to know what kind of toilet paper I'm using. Y'all don't need to know what kind of light bulbs I got. Just enjoy the content that I provide you, and put up that boundary. I think some of us wanted to be everyone's best friend on social media when we started our businesses, because that's what we were told, that's what we saw. And now it's a little bit about let me let you in my inner circle and lift that curtain. It's like letting you behind the man behind the curtain, see what's going on, and teaching people. I've been teaching people mindfulness, how to stay calm, how not to, go crazy when you're able, how to make content that resonates with a real audience. Actually being able to look at the data and see, did they look at it? Was it successful? Teach people how to use different types of data and different types of content to build their audiences. And also at the same time, still being true to themselves.
Mm.
Because who we are is what's going we can't make money pretend to be somebody else. At the end of the day, we have to be ourselves. It's too many clones out here doing whatever it is they're doing. And I'm tired. And I just want people to be successful at their own speed.
As they should, and they should be successful in their own lane instead of trying to do whatever somebody else is doing because they see it's trending right now and they see it's working. No, stick to what you got going on because this person, it takes years. It takes years to master things.
It takes years to master things. And sometimes when you're stepping out into that trendy space, you need to be ready for that fire. And I can tell you right now, almost everybody is not ready for the level of bandwidth that comes with the controversy that comes with some of these podcasts, the controversy that comes with some of these online content creators. Who's gonna be up with? Are you gonna be up on Reddit cussing people out all night because they said something about you? Because you starting a trending topic and you're talking about something controversial, and now they insulting your mama. It's too much going on social media, and people take things very personally, and you have to be ready for the backlash. We're gonna pray it's none, but every day on the internet ain't a good day. And
That's a
I'm
fact.
trying to have a calm space. So if you mad at me about something I said, that's fine. Let's talk about it. But don't come for my babies.
Yeah. Listen, I feel that. I feel that all the way. And it's like, don't come for me because you don't know what I had going on that day. And it's like, and I see the backlash that people get. And I'm like, you never know what somebody's got going on. And it ain't even worth that at the end of the day. And I've learned that,
It's not worth
yeah, it's not worth it.
going viral for a hot minute. It's not worth it long term. It's just not.
Mm.
So that's where I am with it. Like let's figure out how to get paid, not viral.
Yeah, that's the goal because you can go viral for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then what comes to that? Because I've seen the negative of people going viral for dumb shit. And guess what? They losing their jobs. They losing income. They're losing sponsorships. Man, show me the viral ways to where we can make some money off this thing.
Exactly. That's where I am with it. Like, let's be intentional about the messages we put out. Make sure you're knowledgeable. I don't know if you saw in the news the other day, if you're not in China, if you don't have a degree or some kind of certification in the topics you discuss on your social media, you can get fined.
Ooh, communism. That's super communism right there.
So I just put it out there. So they ain't playing with y'all no more. They don't want to hear nobody else making stuff up. They want you to have facts and figures behind your foolishness when you go to China. So I think
Yeah.
maybe is that a trend coming?
I don't know. I mean, I hope not because there'll be some days you got something on your mind based on life experiences, not something you got a piece of paper for. Because a lot of things we experience in real life, not getting certifications for.
And we have to say, hey, this is my opinion. These are my random thoughts. I have a hashtag on my newsletter, random thoughts and musings. This is not political fact. This is my opinion. I just put that tag on there. So y'all I don't got time. Don't come for me. I was just having a moment while I was drinking my wine and decided to write this down, and this is where we are.
I agree. I definitely listen, y'all. Don't disregard because I was on the alcohol, like Jamie Foxx said. Blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the vodka, blame it on the henny. Hey, I was having a moment because I was having a long ass day. So hey,
Hmm.
don't charge our head.
Let me get this.
Yeah, let me get
Let
it
me,
off.
but also that's why we also need to have group chats. We need to have our people that we can talk to about our ideas before you take it public. because when you take it public, I think a lot of people don't have friends and they don't have community. And so you don't have anybody that's going to tell you, girl, if you don't take that down off the internet, what's wrong with you?
Mhm.
I did a couple photo shoots and my sister called me and was like, Miss Ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. Too much happening. Too much happening, no ma'am. So, but also you need those gut checks from time to time. You need people to check you.
Yes, we definitely need people to hold us accountable and definitely check us because that's how we build a community around here. And also, you gotta be a real one because you shouldn't surround yourself with yes men because some people think they have a community, but they're just people just kissing your ass because they need something. You need the real
Mm-hmm.
ones that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
check you.
We need community, and that's why I love Afro and Audio, because I feel like we are all very supportive, but also we'll let somebody know that sound was garbage. What were you doing? What happened there? Or whatever. It's just good to have people to gut check you about your content as well.
Yes, and also I'm really gonna miss Afros and audios because it's like, hey, it was that one time of the year where I left Florida for Baltimore. It's like, hey, and it was an experience to be around different people. Also, experience to really get out of the shell and show who you are and bring exposure to your brand. And also it was a
Mhm.
podcasting community for us with people that look like us because I see other ones, but it's like what black folks at though? No offense, but
But also remember, community is where the heart is, right? So yes, the conference may not exist in the way we want it to. There's other ways for us to make an effort for all of us to get together throughout the year. There's a lot of other socials. There's a lot of other events. We will figure out a way to do what we have to do in the coming years and months so all of us can stay in contact. Even if it's a Zoom party, like, Afro and Audio's um like a refugee party, and we just have like a Zoom party of everybody who misses the conference, even if it's, whatever that looks like next year. It's just an
yeah,
idea.
yeah, a Zoom party or wherever. It's like, or if somebody has a social weekend, if I know months in advance, I'll get on a plane and if I know months in advance, I'll get on a flight and be there, for the weekend,
See,
come
that
hang out.
keyword you saying is months in advance. You know good and well black people don't plan nothing months in advance. You get 2 weeks. You get 2 weeks. Okay, you get 2 weeks, and then they gonna tell you maybe that Friday that the party the following Friday. So I know you said months, but
I know.
our people,
I
black
know. Huh?
people, we like to just stuff. We like, what?
Yes.
It's tomorrow. Wait, you ain't coming back? It's tomorrow.
Man, I'm gonna have to get on a plane and man, y'all should have told me this 2 weeks ago, man. Come on.
We will. If I know of anything, I will let you know as soon as I find out
I
about what's
appreciate it.
going on up here.
I
I
appreciate it.
know, but I'm working toward months. Right now I'm like 3 weeks out for all my stuff, but I'll work on a month.
Hey, 3 weeks out, that's good. That's good enough time for me. Hey, that works. So we'll definitely make that
But it's the
happen.
worst when you're speaking at an event and they don't tell you until like the month before. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you got accepted as a speaker." And I'm like, "Are you effing kidding me? This is in Georgia." Now I gotta take off. I gotta take off. I gotta schedule flights. I gotta do all this stuff at the last minute. So yeah, I get what you're saying as far as knowing in advance,
Hmm.
knowing in August that you need to be somewhere in October. It really does change your preparedness and the type of presentation you give.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I was able to be prepared. Because honestly, I didn't know if I got picked because they originally told me it was going to be an online session, but then they reviewed everybody's pitches and they're like, "Oh, you and three other people have the same thing," so they just paired us together. So that's how that happened.
And you did a great job. So Victor had it was you, it was Stephanie, it was T with Kita. Is that correct?
Makita.
Makita.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Makita.
yeah,
Um,
that's our podcast. Tea Time with Makita, I believe, and Mr.
Tea time
Pablo.
with Makita. There we go. I was
Hmm.
close, and then Pablo. So yeah, so they did an amazing podcast panel together. They all came together, made their slides, and y'all killed it. Y'all did a good job. Y'all had a full room, which is so hard to accomplish, and so you did a great job.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, it was hard. It was definitely a challenge to get that full room. So, but I definitely appreciate it. It definitely felt good. Also, shout out to Pablo because he was a wonderful host as well. He was showing me different places, things to do in Baltimore as well. So he was definitely hitting me up. Hey, meet us here. So shout out to him as well. Also, shout out to Stephanie, and also shout out to Makita. Shout out to everybody. That was a wonderful session. And also, I knew it was going to be a wonderful session because all of them, I had them all on the season premiere of Liquor Talk, which was like 2 episodes ago. I had him on for the season premiere, and I knew right then and there, it's like, okay, we might have something here, you know. So, but
Okay. Yeah, no, y'all had a great vibe. Okay, that was great that y'all had a pre-session before y'all started.
mhm.
Y'all had a great vibe as a team. I think is it going to be available online for people to listen to later? I'm not sure of the details of the video.
I know I posted my part online. I did post my part, and shout out
Okay.
to my mama because my mama saw that and started posting on her social medias. I'm like, oh, shout out
Listen,
to.
shout out to mamas. Listen, we need all of the mamas to reshare just one post every couple weeks so that the church groups, because they be on Facebook heavy. So
Yes, they
whatever you
do.
gotta do to get somebody to listen to this podcast. So thank you, Lord, for these streams. Thank you. Somebody
Yes.
watching it.
Yes, even though my mom was giving me a hard time about not being invited, I'm like, Mom, I kind of found out at the last possible minute, that we're all going to be together. So I couldn't really tell you in advance, hey, I'm going to be in Baltimore because I know you got things going on. So it's like, but but to my family for watching this, I will try to get y'all invites to next time I gotta speak.
You listen. Next, there will be other speaking engagements because he did a fabulous job, and it's coming. It's coming, and Mama, you'll see your baby on the stage real soon. Um, Listen, that's so important that you have a supportive mama. I love it. I love it.
Yes. And that's how I know I've evolved in podcasting because my mom used to be one of my biggest haters. She was like, "Oh, you just cussing so much. You doing all that cussing on there." To now, she's starting to share the episodes. I'm like, "Oh, that's how I know I've kind of evolved in the podcast. Also evolved in my mom's support as well because it's like, yeah, no, I used to be like that, but hey, it is what it is."
One, a lot of times our elders are scared for us because we're
Mm.
venturing into these new paths. All they know are the jobs that are secure and keeping your business private. And now you getting on the computer telling people your business for free. How dare you?
Yeah, that's
They're like,
true.
wait a minute, you doing what? You on the internet doing what? 3 days a week? Are you crazy? So they have fear for us, but they love us and they're proud of us when they see that you're consistent and you're passionate.
Yes,
That's what's up.
that is what's up. And I'm like, at least to their OnlyFans because, hey, I don't know how them parents sleep at night. I'm like, my son or my daughter half naked on the internet. I don't know how they sleep at night.
So yeah, my boys are not half naked nowhere, but they both stream and they both play they're on Discord doing what Lord knows what's happening on there on a day-to-day basis, but they have a good time and I'm proud of them.
Hey, as long as you supporting them and helping them, and funding their dreams and helping them make income from them dreams, that's what's up. That's you're doing. That's a wonderful job. We need more moms out there that are embracing it and just being supportive.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yes, we are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. The more you drink, the better we sound. Bree, this is Halloween, right? You know Halloween is coming up. So, what is your favorite Halloween candy of all time?
Ooh, Halloween candy. That's hard. So I don't eat a lot of candy, but I love a good Snickers and I love a bag of Skittles. And candy's high right now, so chocolate's at a premium. I don't know if you've been into the Walmart or the CVS to see
Yeah.
how much the candy is. The kids over here are gonna be getting ramen. Um,
No, not ramen. Not ramen
they getting
noodles.
little packs of ramen. That's if I don't turn this light off and lock the door. Um, it's not a lot of kids that trick or treat over here, but trick or treating used to be so much fun, and just getting a Snickers bar, you knew that you were in a good neighborhood, and
Yeah.
it was gonna be a good time. How
Yeah.
about you?
Also,
What's your favorite?
it was definitely, you said my favorite. It was definitely the Snicker bar, and also, you knew you were in a good neighborhood because you weren't getting off brand candy. I'm like, what the hell kind of candy is this? Or you weren't getting no candy corn.
People give off-brand candy?
Yeah, people were giving off-brand candy in the hood. The dollar
I
candy.
never got off-brand candy. Now, I did
Man,
have somebody give my child a fresh baked chocolate cookie. We threw that in the trash immediately. Cause why you giving people chocolate cookies? Talking about it's in the back. No, ma'am, that's garbage. That old lady wasted all that time baking them cookies for them kids, but thought to count.
yeah.
That and I remember the year my sons got fruit. They were upset. They wanted to go throw the apples back at the houses, but one of the houses they gave fruit and apples. But yeah, I never got off-brand candy. That's not true.
Wow.
Remember them little? They're like brown. I don't know what they are. They got like peanut chews, peanut butter in the middle, and they come in like brown paper
Oh yeah,
or
no.
yellow, orange.
I
Does that
never
count
knew.
as an off-brand candy?
Yeah, because I don't know name that damn candy. So yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
What is it?
I have no idea. Hey, if any of y'all
It
listening
was
to this,
nasty.
it damn that candy was nasty. It was nasty, but it was tolerable. Unlike licorice, like the black licorice, that was just disgusting.
That's nasty. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody, listen. This year, if you get a piece of candy, you are blessed. Cause it's tight out here right now, and the
You ain't even
bag of
lying.
Snickers was like $22.50 for a bag of Snickers.
How big is the
The little
bag?
minis, like the minis. I don't know how many. I saw $22.50 and left them on the shelf.
Were you
So
at
I
Sam's
can't tell
Club?
you. No, I was at CVS.
No, CVS out here texting like that. Oh man.
Yeah, the chocolate and the Kit Kat bars were like $17, $18 a bag. I was like, nope, nope, no candy. It's fine. I know how to cut this light off and hide.
Or you can be like the rest of adults and dress up in a costume and go to a Halloween party because I don't know, I've been noticing that a lot over the years. There's so many grown-ups that are going to these Halloween parties dressed up in costumes and hell, I'm hey okay, baby Yoda.
Listen, I keep my listen. I'm ready. I'm a cosplayer. It's Halloween for me every day of the year. So yeah, no, I got my Baby Yoda ears. I got my Sailor Moon wand. I'm consistently ready. So yeah, no Halloween. This year all the Halloween parties start late. That's how I know
Yeah,
I'm getting old. What you mean 9 o'clock?
yeah. And also, yeah, I remember that too. And then some friends of mine sent me last minute invites. I'm like, man, y'all tell me this at the last minute. Now I gotta go on Amazon see if I can find a last minute mask or something because I saw the little digital masks. So I want to get one of them digital masks because those shits be looking cool.
Have you gone to the mall? The mall may have some emergency masks, like
I
when the
might
little kiosks pop up.
I might have to find one of the malls and see if they got the little kiosk mask stuff because hey, I definitely want to slide to a Halloween party and have the little digital mask on because those shits look cool.
You gonna have to. So we're gonna have to talk after this to get you up to BlurredCon, which is a Black nerd convention. It's Black nerd. Every year, there's nothing but Black people in the middle of the summer. This year, it's in March. We are dressed up, running around as whatever you remember, whatever your favorite anime, cartoon, pop culture. It was somebody dressed up as Salt and Pepper, somebody dressed up as the Migos. Like you never know what people are going to be, but it's just Black people in costume awesomeness. And it's not all Amazon. If it's Amazon, we don't judge you too much because we want you to have fun. But these people build and sew and make their costumes every year. So being
Wow.
part of that community, I'm ready. Like this year, I'm like, what am I going to be for Halloween? And I was going to buy something, and it's like, you got a whole closet full of costumes. Go figure something out that's already in there. So
So what'd you figure out
I
you going?
am. This year, I'm going to be Captain America.
Oh, okay, Captain America.
Yep. So I have a whole. I got the shield. I got the costume. I got the gloves. I'm ready. So Captain America, or I could be Spider Cat. I don't know if you ever saw any of those Spider-Man
Yeah.
Beyond the Universe. I have a whole Spider Cat costume.
Mm. You just gotta go whatever you feeling comfortable in, because I know it's gonna, because I know costumes get hot, so you gotta go whatever you feel
It gets
comfortable in.
hot. It's hot, and then I made some choices to wear some risque costumes in the past. So I'm trying to redeem myself this year to be a decent mama. I got grown children now. They're like, Mama, please put on some tights. Please, Jesus, what's happening? So this year I'm not gonna make my sons be security. I'm just gonna behave myself.
Respect for that. Respect for being modest, because there's a lot of moms out there that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That they will show out and save the risque
That's it.
costume. If you're gonna wear the risque for your boo or your husband or whoever. Save it for him. But hey.
It is what it is. Choices were made. I'm only going to be this age one time, and we gotta have fun. But yeah, costume and cosplay Halloween, that is my thing. I get so excited. I was rainbow bright a couple years ago. I was like, yes. So I'm just kind of doing all of the non-fire flammable costumes that I got to wear as a child. Because when you were a kid, you had like the bad mask with the little tiny eye holes that you couldn't breathe out of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an
Yeah.
80s baby. So we had the little plastic costume. I almost went home with the wrong family one year when I was strawberry shortcake, because their daughter was also the same Rite Aid $9.99 strawberry shortcake costume. So now I have an adult strawberry shortcake costume, and I got to dance around, and I'm healing my Rite Aid costumes from my childhood with them plastic masks with the little. All I remember is a little tiny nose hole, and you could barely breathe in them.
Yeah. Hey, at least you get to heal those from those costumes. So what are some of the worst costumes you've ever seen that you're like, you hope black people stop wearing?
Black people?
Yeah, or black people in general. What's the costume you get tired of seeing?
That's a good one. What am I tired of seeing? I think this year I'm be tired of seeing the K-pop demon hunters.
Mm.
I've seen a lot of those already. This a manga anime that came on Netflix. It was very popular. A lot of little purple head children wandering around. Something else I'm really tired of seeing. That's hard. I'm gonna get beat up. Um, I'm tired of seeing Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Dang, people still rocking the Goku?
It's a lot of Gokus. I've seen a lot of Gokus. Other than that, I'm so excited to see so many costumes. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Oh, Velma from Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah. I can attest, because I see a lot of women got the, oh, I'm missing my glasses, ma'am. You and everybody and their mama. I done seen that damn costume so many times.
Well, and also I think that once a costume is like mainstream on the adult sites, maybe
Yeah.
we should retire. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we don't need no more, assy spider ladies. Maybe we can. How about this? Once Fashion Nova makes the butt cheek out version of your costume, you don't need it no more. We can retire.
Oh, yes. Yes. That definitely, that's the one right there. If you see in Fashion Nova, go ahead and retire that costume. And please don't be
And
embarrassed, people.
I say this last year I was Baby Yoda, and I was somebody said I was Baby Yoda mama, and somebody else said I was fat to death Baby Yoda. So I said, you know what? I don't need to wear this costume anymore. I'm gonna behave myself. I did too much this Halloween, and I'll be paying for that the rest of my life, I'm sure. But I love Grogu. He's my favorite.
I mean, you can always redeem yourself. I mean, I don't think you're gonna pay for it for the rest of your life. Ain't no way.
Cameras are forever. Cameras are forever.
Yeah, technology is forever. That is true, unfortunately. But I guess you gotta hire the right people to scrub it off the internet. I don't know.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. But no. Wait, did you decide what you gonna be for Halloween, or you just
Um, I know. I saw. I want to rock that mask, the digital mask, because I saw one where you could choose to either the Michael Myers or the Saw guy or the Penny Phone guy. So, or I might get a costume for a center, like a center, because somebody invited me to like a centers type thing. So I might get me some. I don't know, get some '70s gear or something like that, or something to make myself look
you
like
could be cornbread.
oh damn. Damn, you're right. I could be
It's not
corn.
a bad thing. You know what he said? He said, all of us, and then he bit
Yeah,
him. That was good
yeah,
stuff.
that was good scene. That movie was epic though. That movie was one of the.
I'm just saying. You get to dance a little bit, little jig with the white girl. Yeah,
Hey,
no, I'm just saying.
hey, let me see what my people doing. You know, because it's a black group that told me about this party. So I gotta see if it's still going on. Now that I think about it, because I don't even know because I haven't seen nobody advertising it. So
Oh yeah, no, we don't buy tickets for things that's not being advertised properly. So,
of
and
course,
parties are expensive now, so I get it.
yes, parties are expensive. All these things, even the house parties are kind of hey, it's. But you know what the house parties you can go, but they gonna want you to come with something. You know, you gotta bring like food or bring a drink or something. You know.
Please, pleasing. I'm sure your mama will be grateful to know she raised a child that knows how to bring something. So don't embarrass mama.
Yeah, of course. The only thing is sometimes I hate when I bring something and I'm like, I done brought the wrong damn thing and they don't even touch it. You know. But hey, it is what it is.
Wait, what do you normally bring?
Sometimes I might bring some wine coolers, or sometimes I might bring a case of beer, and then by the end of the night, I look at it, it's just sitting there. Nobody touched it.
I'm gonna
So,
say, yeah, people are finicky about their beer.
yeah, I've learned. So, many times I've just brought a bottle of liquor. Like, some years I brought a bottle of liquor, and guess what? If it didn't get touched, they say, hey, you can go and take it with you. I'm like, okay, say no more.
Well, damn, don't make me. I don't take it with me when I leave because I'm like, I bought this for y'all. Y'all gonna keep it. I don't want to take it home. That's rude. I just ate all y'all cheese in the corner and talked to y'all cat for 2 hours.
I'll talk to the cat.
Least I can do. Listen, if somebody got a pet and I had a glass of wine, I'm gonna sit on the floor and talk to the pet, eat some cheese. It's a good party. I want to be in the house playing Legos, and y'all got me outside. So
Damn, they got you outside, playing with the Legos, no spades, no Uno. Come on.
I love Legos. That's what I do. But no, I'll play spades. I can play Uno. Uno no mercy is rough in my house, but we got you.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get my hands on Uno No Mercy because I heard some stories, you know.
I've watched I watch people ready to fight. It's good stuff. So it depends. Do it with people you trust. Don't do it with people you don't know, because somebody gonna get hurt.
Ooh, ooh, that's a fact right there. Honestly, that's a fact with regular Uno too, because especially if you get them people that want to stack everything and stuff, and because people argue about Uno, they got 50 million ways to play Uno. It gets so bad the damn nobody listens to actual Uno, the company. The company says, "Hey, you can't do this." People don't be listening.
We make our own rules. Uno ain't here. We just got your game. We don't listen to you. We make our own rules. And then also it's black people rules. I
Yeah.
realized that in playing in certain places, we play very differently than my other friends. And I have to be respectful of that. Cause I'm like snacking and they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, my bad. Like, oh, y'all just place the card. Cool.
They
Cool.
just
So
place the
yeah.
card. It was like that too
Yeah, it's
when
very
it was like that too playing spades. I'd be like, yeah, bitch, yeah, what you thought? And then I realized on some people, they're like, oh my god, you're so aggressive. Fuck it is, we playing spades. But then I had to realize these ain't the black folks.
see, but yeah, I had to cut back. I only can play spades with my family. I can't be outside because people want to fight you. You pull the wrong book by accident or something. No, your
Yes.
partner be like, "Oh, you fight me." No, I'm good. So don't worry about me. You will not see me outside playing spades at all because I value my little bit of life that's left.
So I guess we can't invite you to the game nights or nothing.
I will come and watch. I will sing karaoke. I will play Michael Jackson or Black Eyed Peas on the Wii. I got you. But I don't want to get beat up by nobody's auntie playing spades.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we ain't trying to get beat up around here over no damn spades. So, black folks, get it
Mm-mm.
together. You know, you can play aggressively, but still show some love. It ain't that serious. Hey, we ain't about to have World War III over our damn spades.
But some people they talk such good game, right?
They
Like
do.
playing, this is their persona. This is what they do. So like I don't want to disrespect nobody's uncle that's been playing spades since 1964. Who we good, sir. You got it. I learned. My bad. I didn't have as many books as I thought. You won. You were correct. So yeah, I learned.
Hey,
I'm good.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
I've seen
so got a
some.
little PT. Got Spades PTSD.
Hey, I gotta
Hey,
look. Hey, I feel you on that space PTSD because I see some. I seen beautiful women. I seen, God damn, you turn up real quick. They were talking mad shit to each other. I'm like, God damn, I thought you were pretty, but God damn, you bring down the street in you. God damn,
she's pretty. You know she gonna defend home.
yeah.
She has a warrior spirit. She ain't do nothing wrong but be a warrior. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. This is the podcast where we don't just sip liquor, but we stir the culture. So turn up with us. Hey, Bree, so tell us a little about this book, Aligned Not Automated. What was the biggest inspiration about writing your book?
Ooh, so in 2023, 2024, I went and got a AI certification. And I realized that everybody was using ChatGTP for everything and they weren't really accomplishing what they thought they were accomplishing. People were so rushing to use AI tools and they didn't really know what their messaging was. They hadn't developed their ideas. And so I wrote this book because I wanted people to slow down and think about what they're doing and what it looks like and who you're serving before you start using these tools. So it's really cool to automate, and I got 5 automations, and I get my good for y'all. Do whatever you do. I love AI. I love using online tools to do what I do, but we have to get really figure out who we're serving and what our purpose is. Because if you're just churning out content and you don't know who your audience is, you're wasting your time. And so the book is really just teaching frameworks to calm down and do more with less. I had a mini stroke last year that made me slow all the way down because I was doing too much. And I'm at, Afro and Audio this week. Next week I'm here. Next week I'm there. Now it's just like I do one major conference every couple of months and do what I have to do. I really had to slow down. And in talking to people, we're all burning ourselves out because we want to be rich, we want to be famous, we want to be seen, we don't want to be forgotten. But if you really have messaging that matters, you'll never be forgotten. So we just have to really get intentional. The book is about getting intentional about who you are, what you do, who you serve, and how to keep your sanity before you out here doing all these things, trying to produce 5 times content, blah 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 blah. What are you creating the content for? Where's all this content going? Because most people I know, they batch all this content and it's sitting on their phone or sitting on their computer. They never publish it. They have. I'm guilty. I have probably like 3 years worth of journal entries and writings that could have been blog posts, that
Mm-hmm.
could have been tie-ins to other things. You have to really sit with yourself and go and do a digital cleanup and figure out what's next. So that's where I am. It's just, how can I help other people not burn out like I did?
Mm. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Now, did you ever like think to take breaks before getting a burnout? Because I know that's why I've had to do as well. Because I'm good for churning out episodes and batch recording, like record a handful of episodes. But what I do instead of just leaving them on my laptop or on my computer, I have it automated to set the release on these days. But what I found is sometimes I'll get the itch to record again. But I don't know. Sometimes you gotta ignore the itch. Sometimes.
Well, not ignoring the itch, because creation, you want to create when it's time to create. But the issue is that some people don't have an itch. They're just doing it because they're performing. The
Mm-hmm.
expectation is I have to put out I need to do it every week. They have no desire to. They're just doing it because they feel like they need to. Not because it's serving a particular audience, not because there's a sale tied to it. People are just doing shit just because they want to be seen. And if you're talking to a brick wall, who are you? We're pressed to do all these things and you have to be consistent. So please don't get me wrong. Consistency is definitely the best way to build audiences. But what are you talking about? What are you doing? Are you just getting online so you can talk about somebody baby mama? Or do you have a tie-in? Is there a lesson learned tied to this story that you're telling, or are you just talking just to talk? I've learned that a lot of people, I've listened to a lot of podcasts. A lot of people just like to talk. And at the
Yeah.
end of the podcast, you're like, the hell was I listening to this? I ain't learned nothing. You know, or you read a book and you're like, the fuck was this? You come out a movie and it's like, I want my $7 back. Like, why was I in here? Some people just create vanity projects, and that's fine. I'm just not a vanity project person, and I just want to help people to figure out that by talking to others about things they want to hear about, you can actually serve them in a way that actually ends up putting money in your pocket in the end.
Of course, and that's the end goal. And I'm with you. I'm not here for the vanity projects. I'm not here to. I'm like, y'all just, some of these people, y'all just have conversations about dumb shit. I'm like, I could just read, the messy posts on social media or the shade room for that.
And listen, don't get me wrong. I love some messy posts. Do what you do. However, it's just not my particular brand. And it's just, like I said, doing what fulfilling me. And also, when you know better, you do better. And it's my job to teach people what I'm learning. So I didn't notice when I was in my 30s that I was doing too much. But now it's like, okay, now I'm approaching I'm in my mid 40s, about to go to the 50s. It's like, okay, it's my job to reach my hand out and say, okay, it's okay to be an auntie. It's okay to let people know that we need to chill on some things. And at the end of the day, it's all of this stuff is going to be around forever. The social media, like the things you put on X, that goes to a congressional register. It's not even just about the Google Cache anymore. These things that we're putting out are going to congressional records. Did you know that X was being archived?
I never knew that. I knew Elon Musk had bought it. I'm like, what deal did he make to make this shit
So
happen?
he bought it, but I want to say, and I'm double checking my info, but there was a repository for a lot of the things that are going on Twitter.
Yeah.
So the things we do on social media are going to last. You can delete it, but if somebody's got it saved in a Wayback Machine, I can find anything.
Wow, that is crazy. Like a Wayback Machine to where you can't even. So it's really no point of scrubbing the post. But my thing is this: what I hate about people is like, as soon as somebody starts to get a little notoriety, they start going through their old posts. But I'm like, what's the point of that? You don't know what this person was going through at that time. And Twitter was the Wild Wild
Mhm.
West at one point in time.
The Library of Congress received a gift from Twitter of the entire public archive of tweets from 2006 to 2017.
Damn. And Twitter was the Wild Wild West back then.
Let me tell you something. I'm scared of what they may have because I was off the hook on Twitter. Man, those are the good old days.
It was. It was.
You know,
I remember being in college. We were wilding out on Twitter, man. There were so many trending topics. As soon as the hashtag trended, we did you would easily drop maybe 200 or 300 tweets in a day.
I had a good time on Twitter. Black Twitter was cheers, salute to what existed
Yes,
because it ain't
cheers
here
to
no
Black
more.
Twitter.
But it's the culture, and it remains being the culture. And social media is just so important. But that's why I say, like, be intentional about what you're posting online, because you ain't even know they had your tweets is on the internet, just in the archive at the Library of Congress. So somebody want to be real petty, they can do it for you
Mm-hmm.
and ask for things. So just yeah. So if Twitter did that, what are other people not sharing?
Hello. Yes, that
So I just want
just
not
one.
to say I'm here for I cuss. I love the Lord. I cuss a lot. And it doesn't mean that I'm against swearing. I don't care. Megan Stallion, go shake your ass, girl. Do your thing. Just know these things live online, and if you don't have a clear purpose for why you're creating your content, how do you explain this? How am I going to explain this to my great grandchildren that mommy, that great grandmommy, that nana, whatever they're gonna call me, cussed out Anita Baker on Twitter?
Shit, I'll probably take some shit. I probably have to do some explaining my damn self. Like, why you cussed out so and so, or why you and this girl? You are always going back and forth with these women. I'm like, you know what? Because these people were some assholes back then. There, and you know what? People weren't being held accountable back then.
They weren't, but it's a lot. But also, I will say I was one of those women that if you said something stupid as a man, I was coming for everything. All the reparations were happening in my Twitter feed, and I apologize in advance. I apologize for my past behavior because I was just on there emasculating men every day. Swash, swash, swash.
Hey, at least you honest
You
about
get
it.
up, listen. You get up, drink your glass of wine, and it's Twitter time. It's like there's a group of us. We were like a girl. We were a Twitter girl gang, and we would just be
Yeah.
on there tearing stuff up. What was it? Scandal was on. We all joined. We watched Scandal together as a family, and then the next morning we all cuss everybody out for the whole rest of the day until Scandal come back on the next Thursday.
Yeah.
So
It was like that with a lot of TV shows. Scandal, How to Deal with Murder. I know some people watching Insecure, and it was a whole bunch of TV
yep,
shows. And that's how I found out about Power too, because I'm like, I ain't know nothing about Power until I saw it on Twitter, and I'm like, then I tuned in one day. What the hell is this Power?
and see, and I was a Dem Thrones. We had like
Yeah.
hashtag Dem Thrones for Game of Thrones because I read all the Game of Thrones books, so I was the subject matter expert for what was happening into the last 2 seasons because they went off book. I'm just making shit up. But listen, being on Twitter and arguing with people about stuff you knew because I had my book in my lap and I'm like, that's not what happened in chapter 17.
But
It
see,
was a wild time.
it was, but the only thing I didn't like about it, sometimes you get into an argument with the right person, they will tweet your job like, "Hey, look what so and so's tweeting," and then that company will come back and say, "Hey, this person no longer represents this company anymore." And I'm like, "Damn, y'all out here costing people their jobs and stuff." I'm like, "That's just
What's
reckless."
crazy is after being reckless on the internet for so many years, I eventually got a job in social media. And then it became my job. People were tweeting me as the company telling me what the employees were doing. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. So, I just like tell my boss, like, we just want to have a talk with this person and let them know it's cool. But people really wanted blood. They were like, oh, this person works for NASA. Me tweeting that. You tweeted NASA, your personal business? What is wrong with y'all? Our DMs used to be lit every day. Every day. Just like,
Damn.
damn. Yeah, so we just got you go take everything because it's public record. You go down the
Mm-hmm.
hallway to your boss's office and say this is what so and so did, and y'all handle that. I'm gonna go back to my desk. Call me if I need to put out a statement, and just leave it alone. That was an HR
Yeah.
issue at that point.
Damn, I hope
Yeah,
HR won't just
people.
firing people left and right though.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we got until you become egregiously disrespectful, then that becomes the biggest issue. But yeah, when people find out you work for a government agency and you talking smack about their Celtics, how dare you? Hey NASA, this person is a child pedophile.
Yeah. See, I'm glad.
you know.
See, I'm glad I stopped being reckless because I had a job with the state of Florida, so it's like once I got on with DCF, I'm like, okay, let me slow down a little bit because now it's like they find out you work for the state, they're gonna be like, "What my food stamps at?" Got no control over your damn food stamps.
Well, and that's everything too. Like we're older now. When the internet first started, we didn't understand the precaution. We thought this stuff was gonna get deleted. That's just like the last night for Twitter. They had something called fleets where you could
Yeah.
post pictures.
Oh yeah,
And
the last night of fleets, man, them women went wild. Man,
the
women,
men and the boys.
man, everybody went buck wild.
I saw parts of people that I'm like, oh, and then Twitter decided to be assholes and left it up for an extra day.
I'm like, God damn! I know everybody was like, "Son of a bitch."
I'm like,
y'all thought y'all thought this shit was deleted.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, hello there. It is still there. It's morning. Everybody thought it, like, oh, it's like the rapture. At the next morning, it was all gonna be gone.
Nope, it's still there.
No,
It's
sir,
still there.
Sir, your booty hole is still present on my timeline. It is 8 a.m. I'm trying to drink my coffee, and your butt cheeks is still right here on my timeline. It was. I have a couple people we still can't look each other in the eye because I saw too much. I got
Damn.
kids. Yeah, I saw too much. I'm like, did you start your OnlyFans? Because your fleets were quite popular. How did that work out for you? So yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I
and
know you have an agenda, right? Because we just sit here. And,
no, we good. No, we good. It's all good. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? Just think about the conversation, you get to sipping, and the conversation is when it's flowing, it's flowing. Hey, I can't argue with it. You
it's
know,
flowing. Okay, I needed
because
that because y'all. He emailed me. He was like, "I have an agenda. We're gonna start. Are you starting on time? Here I am. I'm here. I'm on time. I was on time.
yes,
We
you are.
ready?
I appreciate that. You know, it's like here's the thing. I send out the agendas, but then if the conversation is flowing, hey, we got to ride with the flow. That's what a lot of you podcasters don't be doing, and some of that should be boring. I'm like, I just had to learn, just have fun with it. You know.
He said some of that shit.
Hey, I'm just being honest, you know. Hey, you know.
A little bit. Sometimes it's like I'm gonna listen to this on 2 times speed. We're gonna get through that section there. We go beep. Let's go back to regular speed.
Yes,
Sometimes I do. I'm like, can I speed this up? Yes, Spotify.
yes, Spotify.
So
Yes, yes. So sometimes I sometimes gotta do that. Don't judge, hey. And also, shout out to people still on Twitter over there because you know it's still just reckless. I don't even think they care no more.
you know what? I love Twitter. I downloaded all my archive. I left. I was on there from 2007 whenever Elon took it over. So I was on there
Hmm.
for a long time. I attended weddings from people that I met on Twitter, um, baby showers, graduations. Like these people are my family. Some people now we got phone numbers. Like back in the day, you didn't talk to people on the internet. That's stranger danger. Now
Yeah.
it's like, come on over. We doing game night. This is so and so from Twitter. Everybody's like, I went to a wedding and it was an entire Twitter table. It was all of us that
Wow.
they it was all of us that they met through Twitter, and it was such a good time. We acted like ourselves, our old selves, but
Wow.
it was good to meet people that you never met in real life. I like some of my best friends I've never met in real life. I've only known them from the internet.
That's true, and I found that out through podcasts as well. Because some of the people I'm cool with on the podcast, I've only met them on the podcast. I've never seen them in person. I've never met them at a podcast conference. Hey, you know. So now I'm like, I need y'all to come to podcast events, or let's just say, fuck it. Hey, let me just plan something. I'll be in your city. Hey, you give me an event to come to your city. I'll pull up.
You know what? And it's like I'm in your city. I just wanted to say hello, even if you can't meet. I've ran to the airport. I'm in DC, and I've ran right to the airport to go hug people. They're like, I just had a layover. I'm like, here I come, and just come give a hug, and make that initial introduction because who knows when I'm going to be in New Orleans or Seattle, Washington, or I met someone who lives in tons of people who live in California. Like I need to make a trip to California bad.
You and me both.
So
You and me both. Because I've recorded with a handful of people in LA, and then they always ask, "Hey, when you gonna come out to Cali?" You know, I'm like, I've been before. I want to go back. You know, so I feel you there. I need to make those trips too. And I told some
I
people,
have to.
"Hey, y'all pull up to Florida too," and I got y'all.
Well, we gonna listen. Florida is a good time, so everybody who's going, and me included, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, I'm making a field trip. Disney World first, and then Liquor Talk Podcast live."
Okay, babe, that's a bet. You know, hey, and plus I got people that have a studio in Orlando too. So hey, because I've been wanting to try that World of Drinks at Epcot. You know, I've been
My
wanting to
niece
try.
did that for her birthday.
Oh, really? Hey,
Yeah, so that's on my list. And then they have something similar at Epic Universe.
oh man, that sounds like a good time. Hey, we might have to make that happen.
We have to listen. I just want to go meet Megatron before the world shuts down. Like before they make us stay in the house again. If that ever happens again, I want to meet Megatron. I want him to cuss me out, and so I can have a viral video. And
Oh,
I want to ride one of the rides at Super Mario Kart World. And
oh
other than that,
yeah. Hey, listen, I wouldn't mind going to DC again. I wanted to go to the Smithsonian, the African American Smithsonian, but it got shut down. So I might have to wait till 2028 when somebody with sense gets in office, so we can go see it. You know.
all I can say is it's a beautiful experience. You will spend the majority of your day in slavery. Um, the first half of the museum is slavery,
Mm.
and I had a friend come to visit, and I was like, "Listen, I need you to mentally prepare yourself. This is important, and it's good. It's hard to watch, but it's important." And she was like, "Bitch, we spent the whole half of the day in slavery." I was like, "I told you." Like, I've done this museum many, many times to the point where some days my soul won't even let me walk through it. And I'm like, "I'm gonna meet you upstairs with George Clinton. Y'all go do what y'all gotta do. I'll be up here with Parliament Funkadelic."
Yeah.
So,
I think
you know,
that's
do what you gotta do.
I feel you. I think that's the one reason I didn't go to the Maryland African American Museum where Afros and IO was being held last year because they had an exhibit where we can go for free. I don't think I could have brought myself to sit through that exhibit though because I was really going for the connections, but I don't think I could have mentally sat through that knowing the witnessing all that stuff.
It was actually the one they had last year was really good. The way they
Mm,
told the story, it was a lot of African artifacts. They used a lot of materials from different parts of Africa in the storytelling about slavery and where they came from. So it was really cool to watch and experience the sound that accompanied the images was very hard to listen to. But
mm,
Reginald Lewis Museum, it's a good and their gift shop, good prices, good quality. But whenever I get a chance to stop and see something black, I gotta stop
yeah.
because they're trying to strip that. They're trying to take it from us.
Yes, they
And
are. It's
so
sad
it's
that.
my responsibility to at least go in there and buy out like buy black. I try and buy something from every black gift shop, even if it's just a pencil. I gotta get something because they're trying to take all of that. And the funding that we're using, it may not exist next year. We gotta donate. Donate to PBS, donate to the museums. It's just gonna cost it literally only costs you a couple of cups of coffee, a glass of liquor, you know,
Mhm.
just donate. I like I cannot drink one bottle of wine a night and just donate it. Like we got to do better.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. We definitely gotta do more to protect our artifacts and everything that's for us because, like you said, they're trying to take it for no reason. Like, well, there are far worse things y'all can go after, but y'all just have a agenda to destroy the black community. It's sad.
Well, the other thing to think about is we're the adulty adults now.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, you're like, I'm 20 years old. I'm not a real adult. No, now we're the real adults. We're the ones that need to run for office. We're the run. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? People I know are becoming mayor and governors. What? So it's like whatever you were feeling like not sufficient or like go be on your school board. Do the things for your community, PTA president, whatever that looks like. That's our new roles now. We're the adults. We the leaders at church,
Yep.
the people speaking at Congress. We got to stay on their tails wherever you live. Get on your Congress people's ass. So
Yes.
that's my part time job right now. I every week, hey, email from because they have to legally respond to you.
mm. Hey,
So yeah,
that's what's up. Like I said, I never knew that. I thought it was just an automated response, but hey, I'm glad they got to respond to you.
they have to respond to you. So yeah, wear their asses out until we get this government reopened. We got stuff to do.
Yes, we do. We definitely got stuff to do. And speaking of things to do, so with the podcast, are you gonna keep the name the same or are you gonna rebrand?
I'm not sure yet. I'm playing around with it. I'll be honest with you. Having a swear word in your podcast was not the brightest idea when I started it. Um, so it's hard to get sponsorships. There have been times where I've like talked a good game, got the people all hype, send them and they're like, "Oh, you really have a pod? This is really the name of your podcast? We can't sponsor this." Like I've had some really good opportunities that I've had to step away with, step away from because they either wanted me to change the name of the podcast, and it was just I hate to say I'm not gonna have no white people tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Fact.
So we just gonna struggle a little bit longer. But through that struggle, I developed my real authentic voice, and I'm good with that. So now I can have something with a cuss word. I can have something without a cuss word. Whichever brand you want to work with, it exists now. So I'm debating on. I want to keep fabulous in it, but also fuckery is one of my favorite words, which is why I was there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but more to come. 2026.
Yes. All right. What is your call to action for people when it comes to automation or whatever it is?
Oh, so just make sure you be clear on what you want. Be clear on the outcome. Like with automation, is it taking away a task that is easily repetitive, like email? You can have your AI check your email, tell you what to respond to. Are you using it in a way that is not going to replace a human but save you time?
Mm. That's real. Hey, Bree, I want to thank you for blessing the Liquor Talk with your presence. And whenever you start this new podcast, you'll be sure to call me. I will be there for you whenever you need me to be on, because I might be in Florida, but I'm just one DM away. If you call me, hey, you want to do it in person, let me know. I'll get on a flight for you. But I definitely appreciate you for blessing the Liquor Talk. Yes, I'll do that for you. I definitely appreciate you for blessing the Liquor Talk with your presence.
Thank you, and I just thank you so much for having me on. Um, let's do an Instagram live.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
oh God,
I'm
he
here
said,
for
let's
it.
do it. So,
I'm here for it.
but
All right.
and everybody can find me at Baroness Bree on all social networks except for Twitter and baronessbree.com.
Yes, go ahead, subscribe, go ahead, follow her. Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Liquor Talk Podcast. Always remember to keep pouring up and keep things pushing, because things are just temporary. So push right through it by taking a shot and keeping it going. This has been Liquor Talk, the podcast that stirs the culture, and we and sip the liquor at the same time. Until that next episode, peace.